How's it going, everyone? It's Milwaukee coming back at you once again, and today we're going to be discussing Supergirl, A Girl in the World, by Michael Green, Mike Johnson, with art by Mahmoud Asrar. Let's get into it. Story picks up where Supergirl Volume 1 left off. Supergirl is being hounded by the police and the military after fighting off the World Killers. A random woman comes to Supergirl's defense, and Supergirl immediately trusts this woman. Turns out, not only can the girl speak Pidgin, but she can also speak Kryptonian. The ladies decide that they're going to go out for a night on the town when the Black Banshee shows up to ruin the party. The girl, Siobhan, turns into the Banshee, and it turns out that the Black Banshee is her father, and it's all part of some family curse. Black Banshee ends up absorbing Supergirl, but of course, she fights her way out. In the next story arc, Supergirl takes on a villain clad in nanomachines. Supergirl then decides she's going to go back to Superman because she wants some answers. He points her to a piece of her pod that landed in the ocean. When she gets there, the villain for the previous volume, Tycho, is waiting for her. We also, in this volume, get an issue 0 that explains Kara's origin and why she's so much stronger than Superman. I'm going to go ahead and say it here right off the bat. This volume really disappointed me. I don't really got a lot nice to say about it, so let's just get right into the negatives. First negative that I have about this volume is Supergirl's instant trust of Siobhan. In the first volume, Supergirl meets up with Superman, and she doesn't trust him, right? They have a big fight, they have a whole blowout. But one random human comes to Supergirl's aid, and she just happens to instantly trust her. I call BS on that, especially since we all know that all women secretly mistrust and hate each other. There's even a scene in this book where Supergirl goes back to Superman, and she still doesn't believe him. Keep in mind, this is the same Supergirl who, when in Volume 1, Superman told her that Krypton was destroyed, she flew to the remains of Krypton, saw that it was destroyed, led the World Killers to Earth, defeated the World Killers, and she still does not believe Superman. She even hits him with this zinger that we've all been hit with, I'm sure. I believe you believe what you're saying, but I still don't believe you. Stop mansplaining to me. She believes Siobhan, but she does not believe Superman. This is the crazy world we're living in. Another thing that I found annoying about this book was the Irish accent that Siobhan has. Every time she speaks, she's written in that Irish accent way. It's super annoying to read. I'm sure the creators really felt, patting themselves on the back with that one. But I gotta tell you, fellas, it's not helping. There's also a love interest in this story for Supergirl, who happens to be Siobhan's brother. There's some cringe scenes in this book with where she walks in on him wearing like a towel after a shower, and they go out on a first date, and the only word she could say is the word hello, because Siobhan is teaching her how to speak English, and she just says hello, hello over again. Really rough stuff, guys. And just in case you weren't paying attention, yes, Supergirl is more powerful than Superman, and there's a reason for it. It turns out that Supergirl and Superman, right, they were supposed to land on Earth at the same time. Only Supergirl's father programmed her pod to orbit the Earth's sun. So she was absorbing all this yellow energy all this time, and that's supposed to explain why she has instant powers and why she is more powerful than Superman. And I'm calling BS. I guess the one good thing I could say about this book is the cliffhanger ending where Tycho shows up. Looking forward to see where that goes, but I'm pretty sure Volume 3 is dealing with the Hell on Earth crossover, so we'll see what happens. Volume 3 could be butchered by crossover tie-ins, or it could be good. We'll just have to keep reading to find out. Maybe it's just because I read Batgirl before I read Supergirl. And, Batgirl was written by Gail Simone. And this book was written by two adult males. Yes, it took two people putting their heads together to come up with this story. But it really feels like these are two guys, like, pretending to be, like, a woman. And they're trying to write from, like, a female perspective. And it's just not ringing true. Like I said, I just read Batgirl by Gail Simone. And yeah, there are times where Batgirl came off as an old lady, but at least she came off as a lady, right? With this book, with like the romance scenes and like just the girly parts of the book, it's just missing the mark. Uh, I don't know what these guys could do. They could just maybe try to avoid it altogether, just have it be more of an action book. But like I said, this volume was rough. I'm sure there's going to be some people out there that really enjoyed the Banshee storyline and that whole backstory that we got for the Irish family curse and all that stuff. But we'll see. I really feel like this book, it's not a bait and switch, but I remember being excited for this book. Maybe that's why I'm so harsh on it. Because I know she goes on to become like a raging Red Lantern later on, and she was sort of billed as like this alien version of Supergirl who's angry. And I was like, yes, I want to read that book. So I'm reading it here early on in the New 52. And man, is it just letting me down. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give Supergirl Volume 2, A Girl in the World, 2 out of 5. Until next time, I'll see you there.